fishing through sounds right about now, huh? It's more like Now you said see it first. I've heard that language in production as far as people seeing sounds. Is that such a thing?
I thought it was crazy too. I think it. So when I say see it, it's just like anything else. Um, if you're a hooper, right? You see how you gonna score before you get there if you really got the skill. It's like chess. You seeing them X amount of steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I have to really sit there and like, okay, what am I gonna do? If I can't see nothing, then it, it's a different approach to what I'm gonna do. Um, I've committed to using this part of the sample, so I'm gonna figure it out regardless. But I'm trying to pause and see what comes to me, so to speak.
Got your boy Coach in the building. One of the illest producers in Rochester, New York. You feel me? Putting it down. We just getting through, some conversations off camera. We want to bring it on camera in regards to, you know, a few things about production and so forth. And I just came here to pretty much see what is your new process of just production and making beats. Like, what is inspiring you today as opposed to yesteryears? Technology evolves, things get, um, modernized, things get elevated.
Yeah.
And, you got different software that people tend to use. And then you got different people who still stick with the same format and they
Yeah.
don't change certain things. So what do you, leave the same, and what have you developed, now?
Well, the rule of thumb is you gotta use what works for you. Some people it's MP, some people it's extra instruments, some people it's cakewalk, some people it's Fruity Loops, some people it's Reasons, some people it's machine. Like so, the most important thing is choosing a machine. I mean, knowing how to use everything, but not really like doing no damage with a piece of machinery is of no it's no good. You know what I mean? So
Right.
choose your instrument of choice. For me, it was FL Studio a long time ago and I haven't changed. I shout out to my bro Trust. He uses the MPC in the machine. Various times he tried to get me on it and you know, it's cool, but I like what I like. I can experiment using that, and if it ever through my experimentation, it gets to a point where I want to add it to my cipher, I will. But for right now, I'm an FLer. Always have. I made my first bread with Fruity Loops. I don't care what nobody say.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's about how you manipulate it. I produce things where people didn't realize that's what I produced it in.
But what's the misconception of like using Fruity Loops?
So Fruity Loops is probably one of the most commercialized and user friendly um, producer program online to where it seemed like somebody who isn't really musically inclined could come up with something that sounds like they're musically inclined, and a lot of people that were in the craft were upset with it.
Mhm.
Like I remember the MP was a big thing for band members. MP, ASR, samplers. You know what I mean? It was a big thing for the musicians before because it trivialized what they did and they cut into their money. And
Mm.
people like get over it. This is what it is. And eventually, band stuff died out, and synthesizers and things of that nature became a thing. Um, and through that became this software stuff.
Was that because of, producers of yesteryears, once this particular software came about, was they downplaying it because it was so simple? Because you still got to create and cut and paste and do certain sounds to certain.
It was a combination of a lot of things. Some people said, when all of the other stuff wasn't the case, they said they didn't like the sound of it. They didn't like the feel of it. Live sound has a different shift. The quantization, so to speak, shifts at different times, but as long as they end up back in the one around the same time, what's in between don't really matter for the most part. With these machines, it keeps everything on the one. Everybody's tight. And those are the type of musicians got paid the most money. So basically, if you were special because you kept your drum sets tight and this came in, they don't need you no more.
Mm-hmm.
So it killed, which brings me to the digital stuff. You know what I mean? The digital stuff really took away from you needed an MP because now I just got my laptop, my terabyte, 2 terabyte hard drive.
Right.
You know what I mean? The internet and
That's all you need.
kits, and kits are readily available right now. It's crazy online. Like it's real cheap. It's if you don't have no. Anybody can produce now. There's no excuse. I mean, you can get a kit for $7, like some quality stuff. But see, what people are doing is just getting the kits and then, like, basically taking what they bought and put just like they're not working, they're not EQing nothing, they're not chopping nothing up, they're not reformatting nothing, they're not taking the drums from this and mixing with the drums of that, and mixing like that's when you really got skill, and that's what it's about. Like if you got the ear and it's like it don't matter what the instrument is, you still got a up over. You know what I mean? With all this stuff out here, it's still whack beats out here, man.